Imagine a man who is so good, so kind, so pure, that society itself sees him as a problem. Not because he's done anything wrong, but because his very existence makes everyone around him uncomfortable. That's Prince Mishkin, the central character of Fyodor Dostoevsky's novel The Idiot, a man who walks into a world of schemers, liars, and manipulators armed with nothing but sincerity. And what happens to him? He is mocked, taken advantage of, and ultimately destroyed. But here's the disturbing part. The Idiot isn't just a novel, it's a warning. A mirror reflecting our world today. In a society that rewards cunning and self-interest, what happens to those who refuse to play the game? And if kindness leads to suffering, then what does that say about the world we've built? Dostoevsky didn't write The Idiot to comfort us. He wrote it to unsettle us, to force us to confront a painful truth. The world is not made for people like Mishkin. And that raises the terrifying question, is it even possible to be truly good without being crushed by the weight of reality? Mishkin is not naive. He sees the world for what it is, yet refuses to become like it. He doesn't manipulate, doesn't seek power, doesn't lie. And for that, people see him as a fool. Not because he lacks intelligence, but because he makes others uncomfortable. His kindness is a mirror, one that exposes the hypocrisy of those around him. Think about it. How often have you seen someone take advantage of a kind person? How often is honesty mistaken for weakness? We claim to value goodness, but in practice, we reward those who know how to play the game, those who can twist words, bend truths, and outmaneuver their opponents. In politics, in business, even in personal relationships, the winners are often not the kindest, but the most calculating. History is filled with examples of those who are too good for the world. Look at figures like Martin Luther King Jr. or Mahatma Gandhi, men of profound moral conviction, who paid the ultimate price for their ideals. Even in modern times, whistleblowers who expose corruption are often the ones who suffer the most. The system doesn't reward purity, it punishes it. Dostoevsky's genius was in showing that this isn't just an individual problem, it's a structural one. Society needs people like Mishkin, but only in theory. We put kindness on a pedestal, but when someone truly embodies it, we reject them. Why? Because their existence forces us to confront our own compromises. If Mishkin can live without lying, cheating, or manipulating, then what excuse do the rest of us have? Here's the tragic paradox. If a person is too good, society breaks them. But if no one tries to be good, then what kind of world are we left with? This is the dilemma Dostoevsky leaves us with. He doesn't give us easy answers, he only forces us to ask the hardest questions. So what does this mean for us? Should we abandon kindness, become cynical and self-serving? Dostoevsky isn't telling us to give up on goodness, but he is warning us about the cost of it. True kindness isn't just about being nice, it's about knowing the risks and choosing to be good anyway. It's about being wise enough to navigate a world that doesn't always reward sincerity without losing yourself in the process. Because in the end, the world wasn't made for people like Mishkin, but maybe, just maybe, it should be. And that's the question Dostoevsky leaves us with. If we keep rejecting the good, then what kind of world are we really building?